everyone! So first off, I want to tell you that I read Judy Blume's Tale of a Fourth Grade Nothing, and I just loved this book. I think it was great. And I really think that this book provides a lot of humorous aspects for children of just many ages. But specifically for children who are ages 8 to 10, which I really think is where this is geared toward, because most of the book was stuff that they could find funny. Like, even some of it was a little older, some of it was a little younger, but they could all find it very humorous in that age, such as like Fudge, he ate Dribble at the end, or when he jumped off the playground and he lost his 2 front teeth. Like, now that kid's not gonna have 2 front teeth until he's 7 years old. Like, those kids have lost teeth and they get that, like, yeah, that's a long time to not have 2 front teeth. That's funny. As for children who are on the younger side, I really think that they would have enjoyed Fudge pretending to be a dog for, like, and refusing to eat unless he ate on the floor. And then also the fact that he thought he could fly and he tried to jump off the playground so that he could fly. And kids from that age, they know Fudge isn't a dog, he can't fly, and that's just funny that this, 2.5-year-old, 3-year-old thinks that he can. As for older children, I think it's a little bit harder for them to find humor, especially at the age where they're 12 and they just like to roll their eyes. But I think, and speaking of rolling their eyes, I really think that they would have gotten a chuckle out of Sheila still believing in cooties, because I could see them just reading that and then just rolling their eyes and being like, this is dumb. Why are little kids so strange? Like, why do they still believe this? But at the same time, getting a chuckle out of it because they too once believed it. And I really think that Judy Blume created a desire for kids to read because it's not anywhere close to a school textbook type writing. It's very humorous. They include characters who are similar to them, and easy vocabulary, quick and easy. Like, it's not a very big book. The fact that it's a series, I feel like if they love this book, that they're gonna want to read the rest of the series. And I really think that this book creates an atmosphere for Desire too, because it covers stories and laughter in a fun way, but also in an extremely relatable way. Like when Peter, as an older sibling, when Peter got in trouble for Fudge losing his 2 front teeth, even though he wasn't even watching him, he still got yelled at. Or when he had to do a bunch of silly things so that Fudge would do what they wanted him to do. Or even, this one was extremely relatable, when Fudge drew all over the poster and then Peter had to start from scratch. And I could really see this as relating to kids who are older siblings, because they feel, and even myself, I related it to myself being an older sister. I could even see that throughout the book, Peter felt like he wasn't as important to his parents as Fudge or to anyone else. Like, that was one of his biggest problems. And as an older sibling, I can totally see where he was coming from in that aspect of the book. All in all, this is a great book. Definitely recommend it to lots of kids. As for Mo Williams, I read from his Elephant and Piggy series. They were all from there. I read My Friend is Sad. There's a Bird on Your Head. We Are in a Book. Pigs Make Me Sneeze. And I Will Take a Nap. One of my favorites from these 5 books that I read was Pigs. It was so hard to decide because I just loved all of them. But I really liked this one. Was fun just because throughout the book it's like breaking the proverbial fourth wall, and they make the kids say, like, banana, and then they laugh about it, and I just really liked that one. This one was really relatable because it was talking about how, like, he's sad because his friend wasn't with him throughout the whole book, even though his friend was trying to cheer him up. This one was probably my third favorite, just because at the very end, he's so happy not to have the bird on his nest, but his friend is annoyed. And I just see that as true friendship. But definitely, this one was one of my favorite. This is Pigs Make Me Sneeze. And I think I really loved this book because of how I just related to it. Because he's just sneezing and his friend comes up and he gets so sad that he goes and he sees a doctor because he says goodbye and it's such a little sad. And then he's trying to tell him something, but he just leaves. And the cat doctor tells him, "Oh, you're just sick." And then he comes to his friend and he goes, "I'm so excited. I'm not allergic to you. I have a cold." And Piggy just goes, "Oh, good for you." And I just saw this as just like a true friendship of like I was always like the overly excited child, so I could see where I kind of relate to Elephant in that way. But my all-time one, and this is probably just because I love sleeping, is I Will Take a Nap. And one of my favorite lines was, I am tired and cranky, I will take a nap. And then he goes, I'm happier when I am rested. And then later, he goes, I am trying to take a nap because I am tired and cranky. And I just felt that just not only, and I think that puts also a aspect because kids hate taking naps, but they know that when they get tired, like they're tired and they're cranky and they need to take a nap. And I think that this just shows like naps are not a bad thing; they're great. But throughout the nap, his friend is annoying him and he's snoring, and it just adds like a level of humor. And then the friend wakes up. Elephant's not rested, but Piggy is, and she goes, I feel better. I'm not cranky anymore. And then Elephant, at the very end of the book, wakes up and realizes that he had a good nap and he had a great dream. And that I loved this book. And I really think that the reason that Mo Willems is so popular is because his stories are relatable. Like, they are funny. They make kids, like, humor is one of the best ways to get kids' attention. He uses simplified language, like precise vocabulary. All of his Elephant and Piggy books are just dialogue, which was one thing that we learned about that was very important. It's just dialogue. Like, there's no, like, storyline. It's just two people talking back and forth. And I think that in some of his books, he definitely, like, draws a line in the sand because, like, in which book? I don't remember. Which one of these books, Elephant gets so overly excited and doesn't know what to do, and Piggy's trying to calm him down. And if you're reading this, the reader knows that whatever Elephant is thinking, it's not going to happen. But they still love finding out like what Elephant's going to do. And I really think that Mo Willems just does a great job. And like he said in his thing, like he said in the interview with him, that the illustrations should be able to be copied by who you're directing this by. Because if the kid can't draw his favorite characters and they're going to look similar to them, then then the child isn't going to want to draw them very more and may end up losing interest in that character. And I think that was a great thing for Mo Willems to do.